The Buds failed to get the puck out of their own end once again in this one. That was the story of yesterday's hockey game, but the Leafs were able to come away with the victory. Tonight, not so much, as they fall 5-4 in overtime to the New York Rangers, and both teams played the back-to-back. However, I'm not too angry about this game. The reason being, heading into the third period, the Leafs were trailing 4-2. They found a way to tie it late on a goal by Austin Matthews in the final minute. Yeah, you lost in overtime, but heck, it didn't even look like they were going to get a point. We'll take it. The point streak lives on. The Leafs are now 6-0-1 in their last 7 games, and they look to get back in the win column in their next one. And you know what? You can't win every game, people. All right? And not everything's going to look pretty. Did the Leafs play a good game again today? I wouldn't say so. It was a crazy back and forth, big chance after big chance for either team. However, the Rangers were able to get the final punch and win this one, like I said, 5-4 in overtime. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. There we go. Now, let's get to this game, because in the very first couple minutes of this game, was it Brett Howden? Yeah, Brett Howden scores to make it 1-0, and that's not what you want to see. First off, you give up the first goal. Second of all, it's in the first 2 minutes. Not what you want to see early on if you're a Leaf fan. But the Leafs get a power play, which has been incredibly good lately. And on that power play, William Nylander scores, and great job by Willie. The game is tied at 1. We're feeling good. We're back in it now. Tavares and Matthews grab assists. The momentum is all for the Leafs so far in this one, and you got to find a way to put your foot on the gas. However, 3 minutes after that, Ryan Strome scores, and if I'm not mistaken, that one was off a turnover in the neutral zone, and again, becomes an issue. All right, Leafs trail 2-1 after 1 period of play. Shots were 14-10 in favor of Toronto. Like I said, a crazy back-and-forth period. Lots of quality chances on either side. And it's a 2-1 Rangers lead after 1 period. In the second period, Ryan Strome scores again less than 5 minutes in. Gives them a 3-1 lead. And we're like, this team is really having trouble keeping the puck out of the net. That is becoming a real problem. But then Austin Matthews does Austin Matthews things and buries his 25th goal of the year, top cheese, on Georgiev. And the Leafs, ladies and gentlemen, are back within a goal. Marner with the lone assist there on Matthews' 25th goal of the year. Hey, they're right back in it. Problem: under 3 minutes to go in the second period. Zibanejad coming down the right side. And I got to say, it was a brilliant play by Zibanejad. Looking all shot. Freddie goes down, comes back. It was beautiful. Zibanejad just kind of slides a 5-hole on Freddie. Outschooled was Frederik Andersen on that play. And that gives them the 4-2 lead after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal 19 apiece in the second period. 19 apiece. That is insane. 38 shots in 1 period for both teams. That is stupid. And then you go to the third period, the Leafs needing goals. And off a point shot from Tyson Barrie, Pierre Engvall tips it home, 5-hole on Georgiev. And the Leafs are now within 1 again. It's 4-3. We're right back in this. Just about a minute to play, maybe just over a minute to play. Scramble in front, Leafs looking to tie it. Puck squirts loose to Austin Matthews. Georgiev's on his rear. Matthews rips it off the crossbar. Oh my, are you kidding? It's about a minute 15 to go. I think he did that. And all Leaf fans are like, you gotta be kidding me. We're that close to tying this one. But not long after, William Nylander gets the puck to Austin Matthews, who blasts one on from a short side angle. It goes off the stick of the defenseman, and I think it was Lindgren, and up into the top corner of the net. The Leafs have tied it at 4, and we are going to overtime. Nylander and Barrie have assists on that. Barrie and Kapanen assisted Engvall's goal, and the Buds were heading to overtime. The overtime hope was like very bleak. 13-8 in shots for the Leafs in the third period. They found a way to get a point. And then in overtime, I think Marner blew a tire, or he looked exhausted on the back check. 2-on-1 the other way. And Tony DeAngelo finishes off the give and go from Panarin as the New York Rangers end it in overtime and end the Leafs' 6-game winning streak. Now, as I've said, is it pretty? No. But this is a type of game where I'll take a point out of it. You're on the second night of a back-to-back. For one, I mean, I know both teams were. I know. But you were on the second night of a back-to-back. You know, you came from behind 2 goals late in the third. As much as I really wanted that second point, because, hey, you go into that, right? You get the 2 points. After coming back from 2 goals, it would have been massive. You get 4 out of 4 on the back-to-back, which would have been great. Now, unfortunately, you get the 1 point. But we'll take it. We'll move on, because you're not going to win every game in this league. But as I've said in every sport video that I've done here on the channel, you can check Jay's videos, you can check Raptor videos, because and even Leaf videos. You know, every team is going to lose games. The Leafs are going to lose. The Raptors are going to lose. The Jays are going to lose. However, it's a matter of how you do it after a loss that shows the true character of what your team is all about. Right? And the Leafs had won 6 straight. Hey, they were feeling great. As much as some of the wins weren't very pretty, they were finding ways to win hockey games, and they did that. They lost tonight. Their first loss in 7 games. Now, how are they going to turn this thing around? Are they going to come back in the next one and get 2 points, get a win, get right back in the win column, and no, don't allow a losing streak to start, continue on a roll? Or are things going to start to pile up? I mean, obviously, with, excuse me, the Mikheyev injury, he's going to be out at least 3 months, guys. It's going to be a long, I think it was an artery, and then he did something with the tendon as well. So he'll be out quite some time. He had successful surgery earlier today, or maybe it was last night. Either way, he had successful surgery, so just a road to recovery for him. We really need him back in the lineup at some point in time, but you're going to have to play without him for a bit. Meanwhile, Jake Munson broke his foot. Where did that come from? Week to week basis for him. The D-core is already very thin and not very good. So you lose Jake Muzzin, top 4 defenseman for this team. Great. So you got a point out of today's victory, or again out of today's loss. Looked very scary late in the game when Marner got the puck off the ear and he was bleeding like crazy. But it was, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be too much. And he came back and played overtime and whatnot and played the end of the game. So that was okay. But look, Freddie Anderson, yeah, I wouldn't say he was spectacular today. 5 goals on 38 shots. However, I don't think he was terrible. He did make some huge saves when he needed to. But, you know, obviously allowing that 1 goal. Again, like I said, guys, it's the turnovers in the neutral zone and at the blue line. Those things kill you in this league. And the Leafs did it yet again today. Those are things they have to clean up if they're going to go up against teams like the Boston Bruins, the Washington Capitals, the Montreal Canadiens even. All these good teams in the NHL. If you want to go up against these best teams, you can't be doing that kind of stuff. And they did it again today, and they got burned, and they lost. It was bound to happen at some point, and it did. Now, the drawing board has to kick in, and they got to find a way to get a victory in the next one. Speaking of that next game, all right, the next contest for the Leafs is not until Tuesday. They're in Minnesota taking on the Wild. The Wild that were obviously a dumpster fire for the longest time at the start of the season. They've really turned things around lately, however. 19, 15, and 5 on the year. They're in Minnesota at 6 o'clock on Tuesday evening. Very weird time. But a 6 o'clock puck drop there in Mini. All right, so that's the next contest. All right, you lost today. Yeah, so what? Move on to the next one. You find a way to win in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and you get 2 points. That's what matters. All right, that is the key to this team being great. There's a difference between being good. You can win as many games in a row as possible, but if you lose just as many in a row, it doesn't mean a damn thing. You win 6, you lose 1, you win 3 more after that. That shows a true team and why you're such a good team. And that's why teams like the Washington Capitals have been so good over the last however long they've been. You know, they're a team that did not have losing streaks more than 3 or 4 games. They did not allow that stuff to happen. And that's why they won a Stanley Cup. That's why they've had consistent playoff runs. That's why they are who they are. For the Leafs, look, you won 6 straight. You lost 1 in overtime. Get back on the horse. Get back at it on Tuesday in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and get a win against the Wild. That's all we got to say. All right, now quickly through the points from today's game. Matthews with another 3-point performance, it feels like. He didn't have anything against the Devils, but my goodness, he's been incredible lately. 3 points for Matthews today. 46 points in 40 games for Austin Matthews. Goals number 25 and 26 on the season occurred today. William Nylander with 2 points. And look, guys, 33 points in 40 games for William Nylander. That $6.9 million contract is looking very nice right now. And everyone's mouth is pretty damn quiet about it because you know why? It looks great. And the Leafs, they're playing some all right hockey with William Nylander lately. I gotta say, as much as there's times where Willie gets really lazy, it looks like, there's times where you look at him and go, wow. So you want to get, you want to even that out a little bit. It's kind of difficult. He's still a very young player, obviously, but for Willie, it's good things and bad things. You got to take the good from the bad when it comes to a young player, and that's what's happening with Nylander right now. Pierre Engvall had the goal in this one. This guy's been incredible. I mean, that's 4 goals, 4 assists for Engvall, 8 points in 18 games since being recalled from the AHL, and obviously for the first time in his career playing in the NHL, and he has not looked out of place. Engvall has looked incredible. He has just done a really good job adapting to NHL hockey, and I love what we're seeing from Pierre Engvall. Tyson Barrie with a couple assists in this one. Marner, Tavares, and Kapanen all with assists in this one there this evening. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed this game, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the Leafs play this evening, and also the good, the bad, the in the in-between thoughts about this Leafs team today, because I want to hear your guys' thoughts and what your thoughts on Matthews and Nylander. And also we're hearing that a couple players are on the trading block. We heard Ben Harper, we heard Timashov, and even Jeremy Bracco, a guy that I really want to see up with this team, but clearly they don't see him being a part of this future, which is kind of scary to me. But you can't fit everybody on the roster, so we'll have to, if you guys want to talk about that, go ahead, nuts in the comments below. Link, or no, don't, the link is not in the description for any comments below because that makes no sense. Twitter is down below, guys, the link is down there for that. Alright, so follow up, send me a DM, guys, do all that great stuff. Also, Patreon account link is in the description, so if you guys want to sign up for all that kind of stuff, the more people we get on there, the more active I'll be on there. If you guys are interested, the link is in the description below. Alright, and I will talk to you guys Raptors edition very shortly as they beat the Boston Celtics in Boston. Enough said. I'll talk to you guys very shortly about that. As for our Leafs, like we've talked about, their next contest is on Tuesday night in Minnesota, 6 p.m. puck drop. They're in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Frederik Andersen, Devin Dubnyk are the expected goaltenders in that game. They're on New Year's Eve. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Talk to you guys then.